Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good today.
You got some fresh hair?
Oh, got some fresh hair. We went longer and a more natural color. I feel like if you don't know blonde intimately, it like my sister was like, it doesn't look any different. And I was like, it is a completely different color, you freak. But I feel like you can tell more in person.
I mean, yeah, you can. But it's just like, I don't, maybe if you didn't like say anything, I'd be like, yeah, I guess it looks different. I wouldn't be able to, I don't know.
I mean, this is very basement behavior, but can we talk about something real quick?
Sure.
Welcome to Disrespectfully
With Katie Maloney
and Dayna Kayne.
Unapologetically,
We're here to do what we want to do.
spilling the tea.
Babe, you're going to see the power of women. Like,
Disrespectfully.
because having to do with my hair, I posted a photo yesterday because I love my hair girl. Her name's Alyssa. I think it's Alyssa Styles, but if you need someone for hair, she's literally the best. She's in Beverly Hills. She actually does Ariana's hair too. I posted a photo and it was like a kind of a close up from like my waist up, and two different people were like, "Are you pregnant?" I told you it was a rib flare. I'm literally like breathing out. I'm in a black slimming dress. I was like, no, I am not pregnant, but also I didn't even say anything, but I'm just like, in 2024, imagine saying that to someone.
No, people are just rude.
Isn't that crazy?
No, it is crazy. Also, it's like people are like, what if you're just like, if you breathe out, suddenly you're pregnant.
I know. I literally wanted to be like, I'm breathing. I'm sorry I didn't suck in for the first time since 1998. One of them was like, you're simply glowing. Are you pregnant? Well, that would be a miraculous conception, first of all. Second of all, I'm glowing because my life's amazing and I take care of I do good skincare.
I just glow.
I just glow naturally. Maybe it's from the forever chemicals that are shellacked on my insides, but you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That whole thing.
Well, anyways, don't ever do that, people.
Don't do that. It's real silly goose behavior.
Super.
Real silly goose.
Did you see yesterday at Knott's Berry Farm, people got stuck on a ride? That is one of my biggest fears. I don't go on ride. Well, I do go on rides, but I don't go on the crazy rides like that.
Well, we go on Disney where it's like reputable. But wait, Knoxville, is that different than Six Flags?
Yeah.
Yeah, those people, I was like looking, some of them had like a favorable position to just be like kind of hanging this.
Some sideways.
Were like this.
I was watching a video and someone was like wildly swinging their legs. If I was anywhere near that person, I would be like, seriously, can knock it off.
Well, I have panic disorder. I'd be like, let me out. I'd like wriggle out of it and drop to my death. They were up there for 2 hours.
Okay, I was going to ask if you saw how long they were up there for.
2 hours. Imagine. And there was another one recently. I don't know where it was, but the ride was completely upside down and it was for a similar amount of time. Why don't we talk about this more? That is one of my worst fears.
Why are those rides not closed down forever? Like, I feel like that should just be an automatic, this ride can never run again.
Yeah, but also I'm not a ride operator or engineer. What possibly happened that they could not get it down? Is there not like an emergency drop the ride?
That's what I'm wondering too in 2024. Why, like, cars can drive themselves, but you can't have a button that just like lowers the ride. It just stalls like that. I don't know. I could never. I was reading comments on some like post that was on Instagram and someone's like, imagine being like, I really gotta pee. I'll go after the ride. I would just go.
Oh, I would just go. I'd be like, you guys have to deal with this. This is a hell of your own making. I would throw up. I mean, also
crying so hard.
My tummy problems, things could get much, much worse really quickly.
They got everyone down after 2 hours, or they got it running after 2 hours?
I think they got it running and got them done. God, what a horrible. But I would say Knott's Berry Farm is it Knoxberry or Knott's Berry? Knott's Berry Farm. I have been saying Knox my whole life. I'd say that's reputable, right? Like, it's not like a put it up in a parking lot Ferris wheel.
No, it's not. It's not a fair, but it's somewhat reputable. But I don't know. I mean, just those rides, I'm done with.
I was on Indiana Jones at Disney and we got stuck right before the boulder for like 30 minutes. So it wasn't the worst thing ever, but it's like, and we weren't upside down. But yeah, I don't enjoy. That sucks.
No, if I'm in something that has like a over the shoulder sort of situation and I'm just suspended in the air, I'm gonna lose it.
Actually, speaking of Disney, the Incredicoaster, those people, but they were stuck right before that last drop with the baby, and they had to like go down the stairs.
Yeah,
but at least they had an exit option.
I'd be scared that at the minute I was standing up to get off, it'd release.
Yeah, I mean, it's like an elevator if you get stuck in it and you're supposed to not jump out of it because you could get split in half. I'm like, I don't know. I've seen too many movies.
No, yeah, same. Final Destination.
Real quick, circling back to tummy problems and shitting your pants. Did you see that marathoner that was running and she shit her pants and the cameraman was like panning to her and she was like, hey guys, I just shit my pants. Will you not record below my waist? And they were like, no, we won't. And she was like, thanks. Why are you still running? I mean, I guess where is she going to go? But I felt so bad for her.
Exit.
Well, runners.
Exit stage left, babe.
Runners. Why do they have to poop so much? I don't know, but marathoners, it's known for that. They have to like run to the bathroom and take breaks. I don't know if it's you're just working so hard, everything comes out. But I was just like, you poor thing. But also you're so honest, just telling you couldn't waterboard that out of me, but I guess she could maybe see it. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no, it's right. Was she wearing white or something? Like,
well, I couldn't tell because they didn't let me pan down, but I would say it makes sense to maybe wear a Huggies and some black leggings if you're going to go run a marathon.
How uncomfortable would that be? I just don't even think I could continue running if I had a dookie in my pants.
No, it would be horrible. I can imagine no worse fate. Okay, if you had to choose between shitting yourself publicly and going for a jog or being stuck on a ride for 2 hours, what would you choose?
Oh my God. Death?
Yeah, I would choose death.
Literally.
I hate both those options.
Execution immediately.
I can't choose.
No. Because I just wouldn't be doing either. I don't run and I don't go on rides like that. So like just neither, but I don't know.
If you're a runner, good for you. I'll never be a runner. But I do walk fast. So it's almost like someone's slow jog. But I've been seeing like videos of that, and like I saw a video of these guys on Mount Everest. They were like camping out overnight, and it was like they were like, it's called like Death Peak, and all these different like jumping off cliffs in a bat suit. I'm like, you just have the option not to do any of that. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything from not running for 26 miles or hiking up a mountain.
No,
I personally don't.
Not when like brunch is an option.
Did you know you could go to brunch?
You could. You could sit at home. You could stay in bed.
My favorite thing to do. You cannot imagine the thrill of a pitcher of bottomless mimosas. That's just like, I don't know. There's no dopamine like it. So little eggs, Benny.
I just,
I don't know. We're not beating the like slug allegations right now, but I don't care. It's my life.
I don't give a shit. I'm just, the running with in her pants is just really
such a bummer.
You're like, you're not a hero. Sorry, no offense to this person, but like, no one's gonna blame you for not finishing.
Yeah,
because you yourself.
Yeah, I can't believe. So I don't know what the conclusion was, but she was definitely still running, and she didn't look like she was running for a porta potty. So
I would literally pull over and pull my pants down before I just like went.
I would too. You're really doing it. You're shitting in the street.
In the street, you're doing it. Anyway, wow. I don't know what the appropriate segue from that is.
I don't either.
Did you watch the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight on Netflix?
Absolutely not.
I had a feeling you didn't.
I didn't watch a single second of it.
Have you seen any?
No clips. People like told me that Jake Paul won. I don't care.
I mean, he won technically, not because anyone. I mean, it was boring.
So you watched it?
Yeah.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Well, then you tell us about it. Illuminate us for those of us that didn't watch.
Okay, well, the best part of it was like right before they're in like the, green room or whatever. And the guy is like talking to Mike Tyson. He's like, all right, what do you think is going to use a gloomy knockout or whatever? And he's like, all right, man, love you. Mike Tyson goes, love you. Gives him like a little gentle kiss on the cheek and then walks away. And they just, first they're panning. You can just see his cheeks. He's wearing like, he doesn't have his like fight shorts on yet. And he's just wearing this like little thong. And then it's like they see that, and then they sort of like pan. When he walks away, you can just see his like butt cheeks. And then they're like, "Whoa," and they like pan back up.
Why is he wearing a thong?
I guess it's just what they
like
wear.
A garter, like for the pin?
Yeah, but he just like wasn't fully dressed yet. But the best part is he just gave him a kiss on the cheek. Like, why? And then I'll get to the fight part because that's the least interesting part. But at the very end, because while Mike was fighting, he kept biting his like glove, and they didn't know if it was because his like mouthpiece didn't fit correctly or what it was. But they asked him, they're like, why were you biting your glove? Like, was it your mouth guard or was it this? And he's like, basically all he said is like, well, I got a biting fetish. Tell us something we don't know.
I don't, it was, yeah, I was like, I don't remember the year. It was like 94 or something. I literally remember my parents had friends over. It's like one of my first like core memories. They got pay-per-view or whatever and watched the fight. I remember my mom jumping off the couch and saying, he just bit Evander Holyfield's ear off. Like, oh my God, you weren't even alive then, Allison. This is like before your time.
I was -2.
Will you look up what year that was? But do you remember watching that? I so distinctly remember watching that.
Dude, yeah. So he's still got a biting fetish. Crazy.
But does he bite his gloves in other fights? That's so weird.
I mean, I don't know the last time he fought.
97.
Oh, okay. I was older.
I was 1.
Yeah, so the fight itself was like, I mean, I was like, all right, this was going to go like one round maybe. I don't know. Jake Paul was wearing like, I don't know how many millions of dollars on his body. They were both rumored.
Like he wore chains during the fight?
No, his shorts alone had like diamonds all over him. His shoes had diamonds. He was wearing a watch that was so ostentatious, like the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, Mike is very good at like, he was pretty quick, but also his knee was very bum. He's an old man.
Yeah.
It was just kind of sad after a while. You're like, wow, like you're like one of the greatest boxers in the world. And now you're fighting this like 27, 28-year-old dude. And I think it's like after like a couple rounds, it sort of maybe dawned on Jake Paul, like I'm fighting this like grandpa. It almost like he didn't, I not thought that he could have like beat him up. I don't know. But it just was like, it got a little sad after a while. You're like this, I don't know. And then like the last like 10 seconds, Jake just like kind of like bowed down to him and then like gave him a hug. Like it was almost like he just felt bad. I don't know. It was just like, it was very, very anticlimactic, very boring. I think Jake got the most, he won because the most hits landed. So by technicality. Yeah.
I do feel like I saw the discourse online, people saying that it was mostly just sad.
Mm-hmm. When you shop for the holidays, do you ever get something so good that you also have to get it for yourself?
Yes, every single time I do, obviously.
I just did that with Cook Unity because 'tis the season to liven up dinner and make my life a little easier.
Well, and it's the word on the street. I kid you not, I was getting my hair done yesterday and unprompted, my hairstylist was like, have you ever used Cook Unity? She's obsessed with it. Gift an endless variety of tasty foods from award-winning chefs with Cook Unity. Cook Unity meals are handcrafted from local, farm-fresh ingredients and deliver vibrant flavors directly to your door.
All at a fraction of the cost and time. Go to cookunity.com/disrespectfully or enter code disrespectfully before checkout for 50% off your first week.
Well, and not only is it very, very tasty and delicious, it's super fun to use. You select where you are and you can choose between so many incredible chefs. I had the most delicious birria enchiladas with refried beans by Chef Ruben Garcia the other day. Couldn't get enough of it. I love to read about the chefs. Ruben has worked in restaurants all around New York for the past 10 years. He worked at the Palm too and Extra Virgin in the past few years, and now he works mainly as a reference chef for clients all around New York. He specializes mainly in catering, and meals by Ruben Garcia are prepared fresh in small batches in local kitchens across the country.
And the food tastes incredible and so fresh. I got a Moroccan chickpea infetable with balsamic vinaigrette created by Chef Dustin Taylor, and you could tell it was made with a lot of love.
You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels so good to support local chefs and suppliers.
These chef-prepared meals make dinner easy, healthy, and just satisfying.
Dozens of chefs offer a wide variety of cuisines. You can select from over 350 meals, or even better, if you don't want to think about it, you just have them pick it for you.
Omakase.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Browse the menu by protein, chef, cuisine, or dietary need. You're sure to find food you'll love. Menus are updated weekly, and new chefs are always joining the team, so you'll always find new favorites.
Cook Unity saves so much time. It's so easy, and there's no cleanup or meal planning. Meals are delivered fully cooked. All you have to do is heat it in less than 5 minutes.
They have flexible and commitment-free subscriptions. You can skip deliveries, pause, or cancel anytime, which I love.
Enjoy restaurant-quality meals for a fraction of the price. Subscription starts as low as $11 a meal.
The chefs you see on TV and in 5-star kitchens are the chefs that make your Cook Unity meals. The roster of all-star chefs includes Food Network alums, James Beard awarded winners, and acclaimed restaurateurs, balancing flavor and nutrition in small batch meals sent fresh, not frozen.
Made with humanely raised meat and organic ingredients when possible, plus fresh seasonal products.
Give the gift of delivering mouth-watering meals crafted by local ingredients and award-winning chefs with Cook Unity.
Go to cookunity.com/disrespectfully or enter code disrespectfully before checkout for 50% off your first week.
That's 50% off your first week by using code disrespectfully or going to cookunity.com/disrespectfully. Dayna and I love shopping for gifts for the holidays, but we also know it can be incredibly stressful and difficult.
I wake up in a cold sweat almost nightly, starting November 1st. That's why we need to tell you about Ouai. Ouai has something for everyone during their Cyber Week sale, their biggest sale of the year.
You'll save 20% off site-wide from November 26th to December 2nd. Their hair and body products are specifically designed to customize routine that works for everyone on your list, including you.
You know that I'm exercising that.
So get on your way to save 20%.
Seriously, I don't know how you feel about shampoos, but I like one that lathers up. I hate when they don't lather and like you feel like you're not actually getting clean, because I have been really getting into my scalp lately, and I have been lathering with Ouai like you wouldn't believe, and it smells so good.
No, I mean, I'm personally of it because it smells so good, and I use a lot of their perfumes as well. So, you know, I love to layer my scents. So I feel like I'm just smelling good from like scalp to toe.
I sniffed you when you came in today. It was great. Well, I've been noticing like the conditioner, when I dry my hair, I can tell because I obviously have naturally hay textured hair. So like after I'm using Ouai and I dry it, it's so silky.
Well, yeah, I feel like because I use a lot of product and I use a lot of styling product, and that really builds up on my hair and on my scalp. And after I wash my hair, it just feels like so clean. It feels like squeaky clean.
Give Ouai better gifts. I love a double entendre, let me tell you. With bestsellers like the leave-in conditioner, this multitasking leave-in conditioner detangles, hydrates, and fights frizz for every hair type on your list.
Oh, yeah. The detox shampoo, which is my favorite. And it cleanses all the buildup product I have, hard water deposits, dirt, oil, and other impurities. Safe for all hair types, including color-treated or keratin-treated hair and Brazilian blowouts.
That's what I've been using, the detox shampoo. And it's like, I can have that extra martini because then I detox. It's fine. There's also the St. Bart's Hair and Body Mist. This scent is not a basic beach. The St. Bart's fragrance is here to take you away in just a spray.
Ooh. And you can't go wrong with the hair oil. Oh, I love it because it's not too oil. It doesn't weigh your hair down.
Well, there's nothing worse than when you stick a hair oil in and then all of a sudden you look like before you showered. So,
well, it's nutrient packed. It absorbs super quickly, which I love, and keeps hair from fading and revives damaged hair really easily.
Get on your way to save. Save 20% off site-wide when you give the gift of Ouai. Whether the person on your list has fine, medium, or thick, or multiple hair concerns, Ouai's got you.
There are so many ways to save this holiday thanks to Cyber Week sale at Ouai from November 26th to December 2nd.
Go to Heauxmetown.com for 20% off site-wide from November 26th to December 2nd when you enter promo code disrespectfully.
That's Heauxmetown.com for 20% off, promo code disrespectfully.
Here's a question I have for you, because this isn't all fights. You know how they have the like weigh in and then they like look at each other. Do you believe for a second it was real when Mike Tyson slapped him? I did see that. He like slapped him before the fight. I think that it's all for show. Like people were speculating on if it was rigged and, you know, they got different payouts for, you know, Mike Tyson taking the L. I don't know if that's true, but I do know that every time those men weigh themselves and then go nose to nose, they want to make out so bad. And I just think they just once, I want to see you go in for a real slobbery, real tonguey kiss.
They should.
Maybe more people would watch. I would.
I would too. But like, are they gonna fuck?
Here's hoping. The other thing about it, I did see Mike Tyson did an interview with a child, and people were like, "Did you see that?"
Not that he wasn't a child. Oh, we know who.
You know, not when he was. We can get to. I know exactly what you're gonna say. We can get to that. He was this little girl was interviewing him, and everyone's like, he forgot he was being interviewed by a child. I don't think that at all. I think that he just answered. She was like, "What would you like?" And she was so professional and is totally going to do big things one day. And she was like, "What do you want your legacy to be?" He was like, "I don't care about a legacy. You die and no one remembers you. Why would I care about that?" Gave the most uncomfortable answer. And she was like, she handled it like a pro. She was like, "Well, thank you for that answer. I've never really thought about it that way," and like moved it along. And I was like, that is like a 10-year-old child. What kind of a thing is that to say to a kid?
You die and no one remembers.
He was like, "I don't care." And it was, he rambled for a minute. And I just think he's a kooky guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Hezbollah,
who's, I don't know what his sort of condition is that he has where he looks like a like a little kid, but he's actually 26, 27 years old.
Yeah, he's an
He
adult.
was like kind of like kept like grabbing him and giving him kisses on the cheek. He thought it was like a little baby.
Mike Tyson they were doing some podcast and he was like spinning him around like a football and was just like doing whatever
And kept like grabbing him, bringing him up on his lap and giving him like kisses on the cheek. Like he was like a little baby boy. And they asked him about it later on. He's like, no, I thought it was a baby. Like I did not realize it was a grown man.
And Hezbollah was like clearly like trying to wriggle away. I was like, well, why didn't he say anything? Yeah, that whole world is just so weird.
Because I think they, at the end of the day, they kind of like trolling people about it.
Yeah,
I don't
totally.
know. Because he was like trying to like fight him. He was like play fighting him. So he thought like, this is cute. This little tiny boy. It was so uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable.
Ugh.
So I was actually there because I used to work on Mike Tyson's podcast.
What? It was his podcast?
Yeah. So
I didn't know he had one.
No, so the podcast, that wasn't his podcast. But when Hezbollah was there, that was the original video
Oh, okay.
was done on the hotboxing set. I don't think he still does his podcast, but I worked on it when he was doing it. And yeah, Hezbollah came in and then one of our like social media people took that video. And it was so funny when it was happening because we were all just kind of like, what is he doing? and then I just recently saw that clip from the podcast where the guy was like, I have to ask, like, what were you thinking? And Tyson was just like, I thought he was a baby.
Wait, how did he even get custody of him? I'm like physically. Like, how did that happen? Was Hezbollah in his own seat or like?
Hezbollah was like stood up and they were like fake boxing. And then he like picked him up and started like kissing him on the neck.
But didn't no one explain to Mike Tyson like, hey, by the way, like when this guy comes in, like no one like prepped him on like the situation?
I don't even remember. I feel like it kind of just happened. I don't even think it was a scheduled interview. Like he kind of, I don't know.
I can't imagine seeing that live. That is so crazy. Who's on your daddy list?
Okay. My daddy list, we talked about it last week because you went there and then I went there this weekend. But I'm going to put Chili's on my daddy list. I don't know if we've ever put Chili's on the daddy list.
We had to have. I mean,
I feel like we have, but
maybe not. So, I mean, it can be a frequent flyer.
Specifically, I want to put the El Presidente mark because how fun is it that they like bring it out in like a little shaker so you can like drink it down and then shake it and pour another one for yourself. So that goes on there. And also their bottomless chips and salsa because it's the best.
That salsa is so, and those chips they're so light and crispy.
You can't stop eating them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the triple dipper is insane.
Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Tell us what selections you made.
We kind of fucked up because we got the Nashville hot mozzarella sticks, which are new. And that cheese bowl on them is for real.
Was it? Okay, I switched to the ribs, but I almost got the triple dipper because of I want to try those.
They were so good.
Worth it?
Yeah, worth it. And then we got boneless wings. And then we were just deciding between the egg rolls and then or the little mini burgers. We got the mini burgers. Should have gone with the egg rolls because the mini burgers were not. And they got the bun kind of got soaked in like the Nashville hot sauce. It's a little oily. So we had to ditch one of, I don't know, just again, probably should have gone a different route. But lastly, then we got the skillet cookie.
I got the skillet cookie too.
Wow.
I don't know if I've ever gotten it there before, but I was just in a mood and it was delicious.
It was so good.
I will say, personally, I thought the Hershey syrup drizzle was a little much, but the cookie and the ice cream is perfect. It just doesn't need anything else.
I don't think we got a drizzle on. I think we just got the ice cream and the cookie, and it was decadent. It was so damn good.
So should we put Pizookies in general?
Yeah, skillet. If you got a Pizookie or a skillet cookie on there, oh man. I mean, it just doesn't get better than that.
What else do you need?
I don't know, but it's just like the edges are like kind of like crunchy, and then the center's just like gooey. Oh, like I am wet.
Truly. You're like,
So
I'm
daddy.
now a triple dipper.
So daddy. So yeah, I mean that's a lot. All those things, Chili's, everything is going on the daddy list.
Just the vibes in general. I also feel like Chili's, there's not usually a wait. Like you can, like Olive Garden, it gets crazy and there's a crazy wait, and I feel like you can always get sat. It's just so lovely.
Yeah, no, it was popping too. Sunday night, and everyone in the neighborhood was there. But we got table right away.
Love.
Yeah, it was delicious.
And that margarita is fab.
Yeah. So it was, it was an intense meal, but it was so good.
That's my Mount Everest. You
It's
go there, you have to train. You have to be prepared. That's not.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a rookie. That's not a rookie meal.
I know. It's Chili's.
Leave that in. Do you have anything else?
No, that's stacked list.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough. I will say the one thing about Chili's, don't love that they put the calories on the menu. I don't want to know that.
Why would you do that?
Please don't. I don't.
Unless it's one of their like diet menus where you're like, it's like a skinny menu and they, your specific. I don't need to know how many calories are in the Nashville hot. A lot.
A lot.
Like,
I don't.
We get it.
I'm going into this. I'm not going here because I'm worried about my waistline. I'm going here to spark joy.
They have a glare on them from the light. Like I can guess.
Yeah, I can
guess.
Guesstimation. Mine is actually a person today. My daddy list is Tate McRae.
Oh.
I love her so much. I have just such an obsession with her. Like, she's such an incredible dancer. I know that's what she was always a dancer, but her songs are so fun and she's just such a little pop star. And like the way that she loves Britney and calls references to Britney her new music video came out and she's just so cool and hot and like confident and she's so young. She's like 21, I think, or 22.
Baby, yeah.
She's a baby and she's just like so in her own skin and we love to see it.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about Sabrina Carpenter?
I don't like to say mean things. So I think she's really pretty and her style's really cute. Her music's just not as much for me. And I actually think she's a little overrated.
I know. I hate to agree.
Who the fuck am I? She's selling out arenas. Like, great. Love that for you. But actually,
I agree. I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Because like Tate's so great. Chappell Roan is so freaking amazing. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's not that I have an issue with that style of music. It's just like with her, when it comes to her, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I like that she's doing stuff with Christina Aguilera. So like more, I guess, but I don't know. I'm not quite, I don't know. I don't quite get it.
You were good. I wanted you to be great. I was not going to bring her up specifically because I'm like, I don't really have anything nice to say. But actually also yesterday when Alyssa was doing my hair, we got into a big discussion. I forgot she's the girl from Olivia Rodrigo's first album that like cheated with her boyfriend. And then she came out with a song in response to that. And Alyssa had me look up the lyrics. It's so mean. Like Olivia Rodrigo was just saying that you were beautiful and made her feel insecure. And you were acting like B Rabbit in 8 Mile and coming back with like a diss track. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you were in the wrong and you should just pipe down.
No, but she's got like beef with her and also with Camila Cabello.
What's their beef? I didn't really understand it.
Well, because I think they both dated Shawn Mendes. I don't know. I think I'm a little too old to like be fully in the know, but like I just know that there's beef there.
Yeah, well, okay. Again, we're not trying to be mean. It's just how we feel. So
I was just curious because I know that she's been playing at the Forum this past weekend, and so I was just wondering.
Yeah, she's absolutely killing it. So good for her. I love to see that. But we need to switch gears real quick. There's some updates on the whole Zach Bryan of it all.
Oh no.
And here's the thing. I almost made a TikTok about this and I should. He has her cat. So Stump the cat is with him and he keeps posting the cat on social media. And here's the thing about pets that people might not know. If someone takes your pet, you can't call the police. You have to go to court. It's a civil court thing. I know this for a fact. So he has the cat. And as if you have not done enough, I can't remember if I mentioned it on here in our last episode, but I've since listened to the whole podcast and it's very upsetting. And it's totally narcissistic abuse. And Brie even said the podcast was like a 30,000 foot look. She's like, that was not all of it. I could air so many other things. And she made a response video and was like, give me my cat back or I'll release the video of you whipping my face. And I'm like, honestly, she's a better woman than me because that would all be out there and I would still take you to court for the cat. I'm just like, that is such an evil. You can take Laszlo out of my cold, dead fingers. Like, I just can't imagine someone withholding your animal from you. And then flaunting it on social media, big basement behavior.
He's a trash human being.
Trash can.
Ugh. Just like everything that I've since heard about him and his behavior towards her and like the fact that he like would like film her, take her phone, throw it against the wall, like just real abusive behavior. And I'm just like, wow, like even without her having to show the videos, just like just talking about the behavior, I'm like, okay,
Well, she also said, she's like, part of me doesn't want to release the videos because I know what happened and I don't want to do it to prove anything. And I like so feel that in my bones. But even I actually didn't know this was domestic abuse, like some things that I've experienced in the past until a few years ago. If someone traps you and won't let you leave a room and is screaming in your face and makes you feel like they're going to hurt you, that is abuse.
Yeah.
If someone is mad at you and screaming at you and driving erratically to scare you, that is abuse. Like domestic abuse can look many different ways, and it's the mental warfare of all of that. I'm so sad for her for the way that she's experienced that. And she said that recently, like she was being cheated on the whole time. So they were like looking at engagement rings and buying a house. They said they were going to raise their kids there. And they were like making videos for their future kids on tour. And the way he even unceremoniously broke up with her and she was on her tour finally. And then he was supposed to join her. They planned it specifically for that. Then he just bailed on going with her, was like, I need to be home resting. And then went to New York and did a show and then was just like, broke up with her. So and him saying to her when the Raya profile came up, he was like, I didn't create a Raya profile. I reactivated it.
Okay, well, whatever.
Horrifying. So anyway, anyone out there who's had a pet stolen for them, I'm like, it's just so sad.
Have you seen this stuff about John Stamos?
Mm-mm.
So, you know about Dave Coulier, how he has cancer. John Stamos like made this like video where he put on a bald cap and like made a video of him like helping shave Dave's head, and it was like supposed to be like fun, funny, whatever. Dave, I don't know, he thought it was, but like the internet is not happy with him because they're like, well, this isn't solidarity. You could have just shaved your head or like not done it. But I think, you know, they're two friends, whatever. I don't think Dave had a problem with it. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, for me, it would be more so if like, it would be different if he was like at home alone and filmed a video with a bald cap on. It was like, hey, Dave Coulier, look at me. But if they were together and he thought it was funny, I think that as long as the person who's on the receiving end of that is okay with it, then like, who really cares? I also think in general, people just are desperate to be mad about things on the internet.
Yeah.
It's just so, everything is a landmine.
I think it's just recreational outrage. I don't think Dave was upset about it, so I don't think other people need to. I don't think it was like that. I mean, also it's just like it doesn't have to shave his head. Maybe he can't right now. Otherwise, maybe he would have. Maybe, I don't know, he's in the middle of filming something perhaps and cannot shave his head. I don't know. So he just wanted to like make it, I don't know, make it just a fun thing between them. Who knows? We don't know like the full, like we don't know the full thing. I just think that before people just are so quick to get upset about every little thing. And I know for some people it might be more of a personal thing.
I mean, he's supporting his friend. I think that's so silly. Whatever.
I know some people don't even call their family members when they're going through like cancer and stuff like that. So like, let's like not be so mean and aggressive. I don't know. For me, I'm just like, people need to log off.
That was such a good way of putting it. Recreational outrage. I've never heard that before. And it's just so true. Like people are just desperate to be mad about things.
Yeah.
Where do you think that comes from? Like I think that's been a thing that's been brewing for years, but like when did that become a thing?
When, I don't know, just social media and everyone gets to have an opinion about what everyone else is doing, especially, you know, when it's celebrities are accessible in that way. They post things on their own personal accounts and people have access just to like be assholes. And I mean, yeah, sometimes people deserve it. Sometimes people are acting like a fool, and by all means put them in their place. But I don't think every little thing deserves your opinion on it. It's like some things aren't that deep.
Yeah, I ultimately, with that situation specifically, I just think if his friend who is actually going through cancer treatment and is the one that had to shave his head is like good with it, I don't think he would have posed for those photos and had him post that if he was hurt in any way.
For all we know, he might have got a kick out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think if he doesn't have a problem with it, then like I said, I know for some people it might be a more personal thing and they might be triggered by, I don't know. If they want to be upset about it, fine, but I don't think they're the ones that are out there commenting and saying those things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes you don't, for me, it's like, if I don't like something, if I watch something and I don't enjoy it, the last thing I'm doing is going on. I'm not like,
Keyboard warriors.
You know, I'm simply just changing the channel or moving on with my life. It's not really a thought in my mind to go and engage with the things I don't like.
Yeah, I feel like that's it. Well, especially when people follow people that they don't like just to like comment things. I'm like, I can't imagine following someone that I don't like or want to ingest their content. What is the point?
Well, there's a thin line between you know, fan and a hater.
This is true. Wait, something weird happened.
What?
I watched a little bit of Hot Frosty because I was at Raleigh's and she was packing for a trip and we didn't know what to watch, so she's put it on. It is the most unhinged thing I have ever seen in my life. I made it like 30 minutes in and I was like, okay, I need to go home. I'm tired. But
Yeah.
real wild stuff.
Real wild.
Like, what?
I have more hope for the new Lindsay Lohan, the new Lilo.
Is she in
Netflix.
another holiday movie coming up?
There's a new one on Netflix coming up. I think either this week or next week it comes out.
Ooh.
And I think she was at a premiere for it, and damn, she looks so good. Like, what is she drinking? What is she doing? Like, again, she just looks so incredible.
Her and Christina Aguilera and that whole wave, like we've talked about, the subtle, we know they've gotten work done. So please just don't gatekeep. Just tell us what you've done, what you've been doing. Like, she looks amazing. She sometimes comes up on different like ads in my feed and I'm like, who is this person? Because let's be honest, there was a time where she was looking a little rough and oh my God. And I know she smoked more cigarettes than I've smoked in my life. And I know that I'm constantly fighting that battle. And I'm like, you look amazing. You look like you have a pretty filter on at all times.
No, she really does. Because again, like we knew that during those times, like why she was looking particularly rough. But now it's like, I don't know. I'm really happy for her. I always really loved Lindsay Lohan, and it made me really sad to see her struggling, going through rough times. And I don't know, I didn't really want to like weigh in too much on that, but to see her now like really just radiant and glowing and having like her like little comeback moment, doing these like fun like holiday movies, and she's doing new Freaky Friday. Like I just am like, just feels like a little healing's happening in such a dark time.
Who doesn't love Lindsay Lohan? And also, I think that in like the Britney of it all, that era of the way that media was with them was just so inappropriate. And like, and she's a child star, and I just don't think she ever really had a chance. So I'm so happy for her arc of, you know, she's totally winning now. And I think she just had a baby, or not that long ago, like within the last year, I think. And
oh my God, does she have a baby?
She has a baby.
That's right.
Oh, is this your Mary Kate moment or Ashley
I know,
moment?
but I forget because she's been so like off the radar, and I know she's like married to like just like a guy.
Yeah, she has a baby now, and she just seems to be doing great and looking better than ever. And perhaps that's also contributing to it, because if people are not harassing you every day and trying to ruin your life, you glow. But I'm so happy for her. I will be tuning in. When does Freaky Friday? Have they even filmed it yet? I cannot. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, because remember her and Jamie Lee Curtis were doing like a little bit of like teasing press about it, and they're like,
comes out in August 2025.
Next summer, Leo season, of course. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Freaky Friday is such a goddamn good movie.
I know.
Also, I like love the soundtrack. Like I love when Lilo has singing moments.
Her band.
Oh, they were so like deep. Someone keeps like remaking her music video of that song that's like, I'm sick of being followed, blah, 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 blah. You know, and she's like with her digital camera in the club, like this guy remade it and it's so funny, but that was a cut.
Oh my God, it was. And also someone that was also in that movie who has a Christmas movie coming out, Chad Michael Murray.
Oh, he's the love interest in that movie.
Yeah, so he has a movie on Netflix coming out, and it's like giving like Magic Mike vibes.
Where is it? Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see all these?
On Netflix.
But if it's not out yet, do they put trailers out before?
Yeah, they put like coming soon.
Oh
man, it's like a something gentleman or something.
Are you a CMM fan?
Not particularly, but I don't know. Like I was a One Tree Hill fan.
That's what I was going to ask. So I've never seen One Tree Hill.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Who was I just talking about this with? Because someone was asking me if I'd seen Gossip Girl, and I saw Gossip Girl for the first time like 2 years ago, and I loved it. I watched the whole series, and I'm like, yeah, there's the campy moments and whatever, but I was like, hey, great show. And they were saying they loved One Tree Hill, and I was like, oh yeah, I've still never seen that.
Okay, gotta watch that.
I wonder where that can be streamed. I bet it's streamable somewhere. What would you liken it to? Was it like the OC or like?
I would liken it to the OC Dawson's Creek vibes.
I've never seen
I
Dawson's
know,
Creek
so
either,
that
which we
doesn't help.
discussed,
But because Dawson's Creek is like old school, but like I would say more, yeah.
the way that I just cannot watch a new show and I have to watch the same thing 50,000 times, it's Gilmore Girl fall for me. I always end up doing a rewatch. I fucking love Gilmore
I know,
Girls.
because it's so cozy, yeah.
It's so cozy, so wonderful.
I know.
But maybe I'll give it a chance.
Just give it a little shot.
I had heard rumblings, this is all alleged, that I just think that he was like a playboy back in the day and not a nice person. So I feel like I've never like warmed to him particularly.
No, I don't think he was a great guy.
Yeah, I'll go one episode without talking about Aaron Foster someday, but it's from her podcast. Like that's firsthand. They dated and he was not nice to her like back in the day.
Okay, yeah.
So
I think
people don't forget.
I think he had a bit of a wandering eye.
Speaking of Lindsay Lohan, wasn't that one of the beefs that her and Hilary Duff had? Didn't they both date him or was that Aaron Carter?
I think it was Aaron Carter, but he was also in that like Cinderella movie that she did.
Yeah. What was that movie?
Oh, another
called?
Cinderella story.
Another Cinderella story. Oh my God.
Jennifer
Or a
Coolidge.
Cinderella story.
A Cinderella story. Oh my gosh.
Classic.
Why doesn't Hilary Duff do any Christmas movies?
I don't know.
I,
I love
that's
her.
like so up her alley.
I was going into my Pilates studio and one day it was like the first time Raleigh had gone with me and we were walking in and she said something and I couldn't hear her and I was like, what? I was like, deaf? What are you talking about? And she was like, and Hilary Duff was walking out as we were walking. And I just shouted deaf and she definitely looked up and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. That was an accident. I need to know your thoughts on something.
What?
I was watching a person on the street interview and they were interviewing all these guys and asking them how they felt. I know. You got to stop putting a microphone in front of men's faces. They were asking how they felt about pubic hair and like half of them were like, gotta be bald, blah, blah, blah. What are your thoughts on that?
About men's opinions about women's bodies?
Pubic hair specifically.
Oh God. Okay. Well, men, first of all, it's not like you're exactly like always maintaining a nice environment down there.
Well, it's like Sex and the City is a documentary when that guy tells Sam that she's like, I'm between waxes and every time I go down on him, I feel like I'm flossing.
So, I mean, and it's again, not all men, but like, I don't know, like, why not? I don't know, variety. How about, I get it. Like, I get that, like, maybe that's like your preference of whatever, but if that's going to like completely deter you from wanting to pleasure a woman, like, grow up. Truly.
For me, it's such a litmus test. Like, I think it's such a specific type of man who has a problem with that. And I'm like, you're also such a baby, like, relax. And also the amount of men who have never done any type of personal landscaping and then they are the ones that have those opinions. And yeah, okay, we like what you like, whatever, but also men that just don't go down on women in general. It's such a telling thing for me. Like, I saw an interview on a street once and a guy was interviewing a girl and he said, like, if a man won't go down on you, like, what do you think about that? And she said, bye, absolutely not. And he was like, really? Is it that important? And I was like, can we reverse those roles real quick? If a woman it's just completely expected, and this is obviously in a male and female dynamic, but that a woman will go down on a man. Mm-hmm. But then it's like, is it that important to me? I don't know. Is it that important to you to get your dick sucked? Obviously it is. And if any woman said that, you would have a problem with it. So I don't know why you don't see that that's a thing. And by the way, I am absolutely in that camp. Bye.
Goodbye.
Would never date someone who had a problem with that.
No, honestly, again, it's just like grow up. And first of all, like men, who just expect it, but also again, don't do any kind of manscaping or I don't know, wash their balls. It's like, you don't understand.
Spread
like
the cheeks.
You don't understand. Like, you guys get like kind of ripe down there, and like it can be so fucking stanky. Like, so like whether you are, completely hairless or not, like,
I don't think that gets talked about enough.
It doesn't.
Like the jockstrap smell of it all. I'm like, you guys, you think that it's just like a bouquet of roses in your face? The amount, like, it the body odor happens for men and women, and it's like supposed to be like such a diss if it's like a woman's pH is off and there's any type of odor or fragrance, but or like vaginas just have a fragrance. But
what
like,
about the crevasses between your nutsack and your fucking ass cheek? Like, hello, like you don't think anything happens down there? Sorry, this is.
I'm not sorry.
But I know, but I'm just apologizing for like how crude this might sound. It's just, it can be pretty fucking foul.
Well, did you see Trixie Mattel?
I won't have to hold my breath.
Literally, and
Just-
like, what are you supposed to do? Like, it's again, Sam Jones, honey, they don't call it a job for nothing. Trixie Mattel and Katya, their podcast. Katya was telling this story, or I can't remember if it was specifically on their pod, but she was like, it was like a straight man or like a man on the DL, and she was going to spread his cheeks to like eat ass, and she was like, it was the most. She like, you have to go like look up this clip. Her face is so funny, and I die over this story. But she's like, yeah, basically the lack of grooming in so many men, and we have talked about this in the past, but then I don't know if it's just an assumption they make or they just haven't spent much time around women. I'm just like, just say you're scared of pussy. That's fine. Just say it's
Just say you don't know how. You're not very good at it.
Yeah, that's okay. If you don't know the difference between a vulva and a clitoris, it's okay to say that. That's fine.
Yeah. And I get it that sometimes there might be more taste or odor for women, you know, but again, like,
get over it. I don't know. Like, I don't know. We can speak from experience. I'm just like, you're such a baby. But also, I'm like, this is the same man I am telling you who spends 10 minutes licking your left lip. And then I was like, did you come? Like, what do you fucking think? No, of course I didn't come. And also, if you have to ask me, it just did not happen.
If you have to ask, it didn't.
One of my favorite things is we've also talked about this, like back in the day before I decentered men, like I used to fake it for their benefit, when now the only time I fake it is because I'm like, wrap it up. But now I'm like, I don't fake shit. Like if you don't make me come, I'm not gonna act like you did.
No.
I'm like, no, absolutely
not. Why put theater on for no reason?
No. I used to be a thespian, not anymore. I'm like, this used to be Wicked and now it is off Broadway. I just can't do it. And also it's the same man who like violently will like, I mean, we are being crass today, but whatever, will like rub your clit to the point that it's like you get like rug burn. And it's just like, you are the person that's like, bush, you have a bush. I'm like, it's not that hard. Just spread, like, I don't know. It's just so silly to me.
Just use your hand and just move it out of the way.
It's literally not that big of a deal.
But then there's some guys who like are turned off by just no hair too. And it's like, well, again, it's not what we decide to do with our bodies isn't always for you.
Yeah.
Some women decide to keep hair for themselves or remove it for themselves. It's about kind of like what they want to do. So it's not always about you.
Well, the way
Brad.
that I also feel like they misconstrue hair that's natural to the human body with hygiene. And it's just antiquated. But anyway, I saw that, and just in terms of the major icks, that's right up there for me. Like, yuck. Go away. Yuck.
Truly. Ugh. Also, just stop asking men questions.
God,
Just kidding.
don't.
No, I mean, listen,
Do we need to make merch that says not all men, we fucking get it? Like,
we get it, but like when they answer like that, sometimes I just literally want to like.
This is my face. And when I'm like, ugh, just stop talking.
I hope he doesn't have a girlfriend or a wife.
I don't think he does, because who would be okay with that? I don't know. Again, it's just the double standard of like, I'm pretty sure all the like toxic men in comment sections, like when they talk about relationships or over time, I've seen a lot of the discourse around like, yeah, get married and you'll never have a blowjob again. And I'm like, yeah, so it is important to you. Okay, got it. Then I'm sure you can imagine. Real silly goose shit. Oh, when people are listening to this,
It was Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Thanksgiving time. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Ooh, I'm gonna go to Joey's, my brother's. Him and Val do Thanksgiving at their place, and Joey he smokes a turkey.
Ooh.
It's really good. He does.
Is that in the
like a
oil
smoker
pot thing?
No,
Or-
no.
Oh, that's a fried turkey.
That's like a boiling or frying or I don't know. No, it's like in a smoker. Like it's like
delicious.
It's like a contraption, but oh my god, it makes it so tasty and very delicious. But so yeah, my mom's here and we're gonna go eat some turkey and just be, festive and shit.
I can't wait to see your mom at your party. Also, are we wearing straight up pajamas?
Yeah,
I'm gonna wear jammies.
Yeah, so I have like a little like holiday party that I do, and I got a cute little PJ set that I'm gonna wear.
Great.
I love it.
I have a little plaid flannel situation.
I love this time of year so much. The only thing Dayna and I love more than our skincare routine is a Black Friday deal. And with Dime Beauty, you can have the best of both worlds because their Black Friday sale has arrived.
Thank God, Nee. I've been waiting. For a limited time, take 30% off site-wide with code 30. That's right. You heard me. Did you hear me? 30% off the clean, luxurious skincare and perfumes you love, and maybe a few that you've been dying to try. Perfect time when it's on sale.
Now is your chance to stock up on your favorite serums, pamper yourself with the indulgent body oils, and check off those holiday gifts for your loved ones. From rejuvenating eye serums to clean retinol alternatives, Dime offers master esthetician founded skincare that truly delivers. And don't forget about their luxurious non-toxic perfumes.
Whether you want to look your best this holiday or jumpstart a fresh, effective skincare routine for the new year, make Dime your one-stop destination for clean beauty.
But hurry, this sale ends Monday. Over 2 million happy customers and thousands of glowing 5-star reviews prove it. This is the sale of the year that you absolutely cannot miss.
So head over to dimebeautyco.com. That's dimebeautyco.com for 30% off Dime's best-selling skincare. Happy shopping.
That's 30% off site-wide with code 30.
If you're struggling with what to get someone you love this holiday season, go ahead and look no further than Jenni Kayne.
She is on my wish list for sure.
You love Jenni Kayne.
I do.
She's always on my wish list, specifically the Wool Jones trouser or the Lauren clutch bag.
Ooh, I love that clutch.
It's a good clutch.
Do we both want that?
Yeah,
Should we get it for each other?
Oh, jinx.
I've been living in the cashmere Jackie sweater. I may just have to get another one in black. It's so soft and super versatile.
It also makes any outfit look elevated and chic.
They also make gifting super easy. With their iconic gift guide leading the way, Jenni Kayne makes it effortless to check off everyone on your list, yourself included.
Everything Jenni Kayne makes is just pure luxury, from their cashmere knits and essential outerwear to their homeware pieces like their obsession-worthy candles. There's no better place to get into the seasonal spirit than with Jenni Kayne. And also candles, like what a perfect easy gift. Everyone wants a candle.
For the rest of November, enjoy 25% off everything, home included, during Jenni Kayne's biggest sale of the year. This is the moment everyone's been waiting for, and I can't wait to get all my shopping done. For a limited time, go to jennikayne.com and use code disrespectfully15 to get 25% off.
The Jenni Kayne Black Friday event starts November 16th and lasts through the end of November. They're offering 25% off everything, both in stores and online. It's the best discount you'll get.
Nobody does the holidays quite like Jenni Kayne. They're known for their luxe sweaters, essential candles, and cozy throws, all which make perfect gifts.
We can't forget about their home essentials like giftable candles. Every scent is utter perfection, and it's on sale, which makes it smell better.
Plus, they have an incredible rewards program where you can earn up to 10% back with every purchase. And joining is completely free.
Gift yourself and your loved ones the best gift of all, Jenni Kayne. From now through the end of November, our listeners get 25% off your first order when you use code
disrespectfully15 at jennikayne.com. That's 25% off your first order for the rest of November when you use code disrespectfully15 at jennikayne.com. Let getting dressed be one less thing to worry about. But yeah, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
So I think I'm going to go. My sister's best friend, Lisa, who actually listens to this podcast. Hi, Lisa, is going to be in the desert with her family. And they're all like my family. So I am going to go join them for a couple days.
Cute.
I have been seeing lots of discourse about how bad the traffic is going to be. And like, obviously, I think that they say Thanksgiving's like the worst travel day of the year. But even hitting the road, I was like, I don't feel like traffic's going to be that bad heading to the desert. But I'm like, actually, I bet there's going to be lots of people from LA heading to the desert.
I think just leave like really early. Like
As
as early as possible, and you should be fine. I feel like traffic is bad like the day before. I mean, it's going to be bad surrounding.
I'm always really intimidated by a turkey. I'm sure I could figure it out, but I make the best sides. And
What's like your favorite side? Oh,
this is hard. to consume or make? Because I guess it's kind of both.
Both?
Stuffing, I just fuck with stuffing so heavily. But also I made it at your Thanksgiving a couple years ago, the sweet corn casserole,
Oh, yeah.
which is really good and really easy. But I also love a scallop potato.
Oh, yeah.
I know that it's not, mashed potatoes are more popular for Thanksgiving, but scallop potatoes are just like one of my favorite things on planet Earth.
I love scallop potato. I love all potatoes, to be honest.
I like them all except for French fries. What's your favorite?
I mean, any kind of potato, whether it's mashed potato, gravy, scallop potato. I love like a green bean casserole. I don't like candied yams.
I'm not like a huge fan.
I might have like a bite, but like I know that's like a staple. I don't really do that. I don't do cranberry.
Oh, I love I like to make a
Yeah.
slider out of a Hawaiian roll with cranberry and like put everything on
On
it.
a sandwich?
Yeah.
Yes, but just on the plate? No.
I prefer the canned kind though. Like I want it to come
you
out
want,
in
you
a,
want the ribbing of the can
yeah,
on it.
and I don't even want you to smush it. I want to see that presentation. Like when someone makes like a Martha Stewart type cranberry sauce, I'm like, but then they make they
With
just
whole cranberries in it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just the whole jelly comes out. I'm like, I love that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, no, I'll have it like if it's a sandwich version, I will have cranberry on it. I don't really do stuffing. I want turkey, potato, green bean,
Yeah,
gravy.
green bean is absolutely necessary. Well, since we're in the desert, Lisa was like, we might just like get it ordered or whatever. But I was like, can I bring stuff and make some stuff? Like I just like the like
Mhm.
shittiest, most basic. Like I like the green bean casserole that's straight up canned green beans, the cream mushroom, whatever, like that kind of, and lots of the French fried onions. Like anything that's
Oh.
elevated and fancy. Like I love Wishbone Kitchen on TikTok. She's so amazing. But like all of her stuff is gourmet. I don't want a gourmet Thanksgiving. I want the like kind I grew up with,
Mhm.
which is delicioso.
Everything has to have carnation on it.
Absolutely.
Creamed everything. Do you like pie?
I love pie. I love apple pie. I
Mhm.
fucking hate pumpkin pie.
Really?
Will not eat it.
Why?
It's disgusting.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, I'm gonna fight you.
No, it is so gross to me. And people have such a fucking hard on for pumpkin pie. I'm like, can we all admit this is not good? It's just like hiking. Like, can we
But
all admit this is not fun? I
It
don't know
is
why.
good. You put a ton of like whipped cream on it.
I'll do a PSL. I'll do a pumpkin spice latte. It's not like I hate pumpkin. It's just like pumpkin pie has never done it for me. And at some point in my childhood, because of Brittany, they switched over to pumpkin pie. And I was like, this is complete bullshit. Growing up, my favorite dessert that we would have, this is such an inappropriate name. You can probably look it up, but it is the most delicious thing on planet Earth, was called Sex in a Pan. And so in like fourth grade, we were like going around talking about our favorite thing at Thanksgiving. And I was like, sex in a pan. But it's like this delicious homemade crust with layers of chocolate pudding. And then I think it's cream cheese frosting mixed with whipped cream, or cream cheese mixed with cream cheese. And
Cream cheese mixed with cream cheese.
whipped cream mixed with cream cheese. And so it's just multiple layers of that. And it is
That sounds like sex in a pan.
Maybe I'll bring that for your thing.
Oh,
Maybe
please
I'll
do.
make that because me and Brittany made it. We like found the recipe for it one year. So anyway, let's name it something else if children are going to be going around repeating it. But it is delicious.
Yum! I want to try.
This is kind of random before we get to the basement, but I want to tell you something that happened to me the other night, and I want your thoughts on it.
okay.
So with ordering services, like whether it be like DoorDash, Saucy, whatever, people have been saying that it's been a woman's name with like a woman's photo, and then a man has showed up
We've talked about
to
this. yeah.
deliver the order. Okay, we've talked about this. So I was ordering a bottle of wine the other night from Saucy, obviously. And they're usually really quick, like quicker than DoorDash. It's like 15 to 30 minutes. And so like 30 minutes went by and I looked because I didn't have a notification and the car was just sitting there. And you can tell when they're not driving. Like sometimes this happens with Uber too, and you'll like message them and then they start moving. So I messaged them and I was like, hey, are you on your way? And they responded back and they said, yeah, there's just a lot of police in the area. So I'm waiting for them to leave. And I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like, what are you talking about? They're like, there's just a lot of police around, so I want to wait for them to leave. So I respond back, I wait, because 15 minutes go by and they're still just sitting there. And I was like, what does that have to do with anything? And they responded back and were like, because I'm the driver and I'm not comfortable driving around police. And at first it was a woman's photo and it said a woman's name. And then all of a sudden I went back and the profile photo was gone. And I was like, that's weird. And the way they were so sassy back with me, I was just super uncomfortable. And they got to my place and I before they got to my place, I reached out to customer service and I was like, I want to cancel this. Like, I'm not comfortable. I don't want to like speak to this person. And then they got there and like tried to buzz up and I didn't let them up. And I responded back and I was like, I'm going to come down because I didn't want them coming to my apartment. And I was literally grabbing my taser to bring it with me because I was like, this is fucking weird. But then I was like, you know what? If I'm so uncomfortable that I want to bring a taser with me to go pick this up, it's not worth it. And so I responded back to them and I was like, you can tell them to leave. I want to cancel this order. So I did. I just was like, I'm sorry you finally made it. I just think that whatever their reason was for being sketched out by police, why on earth are you so scared to drive around police? Like,
no kidding.
I'm not comfortable with that. Like, are you drunk? Are you high?
That's what I was thinking. Like, are they drunk?
Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me. So maybe they weren't a murderer, but I just went with my gut on that. And I think it was the right decision.
You know, honest, well, especially with what we dealt with a driver before.
Which one?
The one that delivered to our place and was like sitting down outside my door. Like,
who like basically tried to come in and you were like chatting with him and I was like, hey, bye. Yeah, don't you think that's weird?
yes.
I don't think that was an overreaction. I was like, this is making me feel scared.
Yeah, no, that's very odd.
And obviously it's usually once in a blue moon that you have a bad experience with a driver. But sometimes, you know, like I've seen some recently where like it will be a man and the person inside is a woman and they'll say like, please leave it outside. And they're like, I'm not leaving this outside, and like trying to hand it to them. And if someone says leave it outside, you can leave it outside. So it's just, that's the plight of being a woman, just having to be so aware of your surroundings and whatever. But, you know, Georgia and Karen on MFM always say fuck politeness. And I was like, yeah, no, this is not working for me. So anyway, I had no wine and just was like, well, I guess God doesn't want me to drink tonight. So I'm going to bed.
True.
And well, that's another thing. It was like an hour of an experience. And I was like, I'm going to bed soon now. Like I was hoping to watch The Sopranos and have a vino, and it just did not work out. The thing about watching Sopranos is I always end up wanting pasta and wine because they have it in every scene. So it's like some nights I'm not going to do it, and then that happens.
Do you ever like, you're watching something and they're like always like drinking something and it makes you want to crave that? Like whenever I'd watch like Scandal, Olivia Pope would always have like a glass of wine and I'd be like,
I know, I'm not even thinking about it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, where's the ziti and Barolo? Because this looks good.
Or like you're watching like Outlander and they're having just like a whiskey or like a Scotch and you're like, that looks really good. And you would just want to like sit there and like join them.
You don't want them to drink alone. Yeah. You're like, okay, well, I just obviously want to share in this with you.
Same.
Wait, do you want to know what I did this weekend that was so random?
What?
They haven't like told anyone about. So do you know what UCB is? Upright Citizens Brigade?
Yeah.
So I think it was started by Amy Poehler and Tina Fey.
Oh yeah, you told me that you were going to do this.
So
you did it.
Yeah, I did it. So they have a show called ASCAP, and it's an improv group, and they have someone guest spot on it called a monologist. So what you do is you go out with them on stage, and then the audience gives you a word, and you do a monologue, an improv monologue, and then they base it off. Their skit is based off your monologue. So throughout the show, you do 3 monologues and then they do skits. I was so scared. I haven't been on stage in so long, you know, with not having done stand-up for years. And I've never gone on stage with nothing prepared. So it was scary.
You had to do like an improv monologue?
Yeah. So the audience gave me a word. My word was piano. And so then I just like, you just like tell a story from your life or anything that it makes you think of. And then the audience can give you another word, or you base it, the next monologue, you base it off their skit. So the second and third monologue, I based off their skits because, and by the way, I was so impressed with these people. It was so much fun and I was cracking up because they're like basing it off my stories, cracking up the whole time. And I was just deeply impressed by them. And I've never wanted to do improv of any kind, but I was like, I kind of want to take an improv class because it was so fun to watch and they were just so talented. But
think about Michael Scott.
No, I was like the Michael Scott of it all. He'd be so proud of me. I'm not starting over. I'm level 4 improv. But it went really well. And I was able to rattle on, but I was scared shitless. Like right before I went out, I was like, why on earth did I agree to this? And it ended up going really well. It was super fun.
Well, if you do it again, I want to come watch.
I will let you know. I hope they invite me back because it was super fun. But I don't know. I just didn't really have anything going on this weekend. And I was kind of in a schlump. And I was like, why don't you just do it and do something that scares you? But honestly, even being back on stage was like, okay, like, and I met a comedian backstage that was super nice and told me about a couple shows that she knows about. And one of which is an all female run stand-up set show. So I'm probably going to reach out to them as my first shtick. But
Dayna's getting back on the horse.
Yeah, it was fun. And sometimes like not to toot my own horn, but I was really proud of myself after because it's like, that's a scary thing to do. And I give the improv group all the kudos in the world. And they've obviously all been doing it for years and years and years. So
I'm proud of you.
It was freaky fun.
I'm very proud of you. Like I leave her one weekend and she's an improv gal.
Improv gal. Definitely made use of the bar backstage though. They're like, there's a little bar. And I was like, absolutely. Poured myself a double tequila soda basically. It was like, glug, 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 glug. I mean, again, you can tell the difference between professionals and not professionals because they're all like sipping their water and they're all so calm. And I'm just like shaking with my drink.
Oh my
But
God, same. I would be the same way.
anyway, it was great.
Love it.
Should we do the basement?
Let's do the basement.
Who's in your basement?
Well, my basement is also my daddy list. I know it's confusing.
Switch hitter. Does that mean?
I know it is a switch hitter. I've never done this before because while all those, we got the Nashville hot mots and the bottomless chips and salsa and this cookie skillet and the boneless wings and the El Presidente all on the daddy list. That combination of food consumed at one time should not really be allowed to happen. Like in theory, the triple dipper is so fantastic and great. But like my digestion was like, the fuck?
The street meat of it all. I can just see you laying in bed at night like.
No, I woke up in the middle of the night. My chest I had burn real bad. My stomach was cramping. Like I was just like, that was starting with the Presidente and the chips and salsa and then moving to the Nashville hot mods and then topping it all off with the fucking cookie skillet. The fuck was I thinking, you guys? So I don't want to put blame it on them. Maybe it's myself in the basement, but no, like it's just that food combination really is basement material.
Oh, I felt so sick after you are cocky, you're living large, you walk into a Chili's and you walk out an absolute shell of yourself. A shell that's filled to the brim with mozzarella.
I saw this like meme the next day that's like I don't know, just toxic trait that like I'm gonna force my digestion to like bend to like every like craving that I have, like just give into it all. Like that's just what I was really testing the limits there. I
mean, I used to be able to leave my home without Alka-Seltzer, and now the last 3 years I'm just like, yeah, my esophagus is just burned alive.
Yeah, no, I had to burn real bad. Again, they ate all that, went back, lay down.
Absolutely. What are you supposed to do? Jumping jacks?
I know, but you shouldn't lay down after. Like, you should probably like take a walk. Like,
it's like Botox rules, no laying down for 4 hours.
Truly. But yeah, so like that kind of is also, that's what my basement. Like, I love it so much, but like all that on one plate. Like, I looked down at the plate. I was like, this doesn't look right. Like, not a vegetable in sight.
Well, it's like daddy list going in, basement going out.
My diets looked real beige lately. Last night I was like I had some bone broth. I had a salad. I also had a little pizza, but like, fuck's sake. It was from Goop.
Healthy.
It was gluten-free.
Healthy.
But whatever. I just like, again. So like that's my basement. Eating that kind of food combination is basement behavior.
Yeah. I also have a lot of beige palate lately, but I did last night. I ate for dinner a can of cold green beans, which honestly, I love canned green beans so much, and right out of the can, it's delicious, but I was like, vegetable, I'm so healthy. Let's see here. My basement's fuller than it was last week.
Okay.
Loud cars and motorcycles that go by and rip a loud noise. I just can't explain the rage that makes me feel. I don't know why it makes me so angry, but I get it for motorcycles in terms of safety, needing to have it a little bit, but like it's excessive. When it's excessive and it's excessive and they're just trying to be obnoxious. Basement. Food recalls. There have been so many food recalls, and I am lucky that I'm chronically on TikTok. I was going to make last night for dinner this cookbook author and chef named Julia Turshen. I love her. And I make this tofu bowl with like pickled carrots and cucumbers all the time. It's super good. And it requires carrots, organic baby carrots. That's what I had. And I was about to make it, and it's on the West Coast. So I threw them out immediately, and I was just like, now I can't make
carrots.
Yeah, I'm like, literally, we can't have nice things. Maybe I should just stick to puffy Cheetos because I've never seen those recalled. I've never seen Coke Zero recalled. It's just absolute bullshit. It's encouraging me to be who I am in terms of like my 7-Eleven diet. Then lastly, Mpox is back again. There's a case in LA.
I thought oh no.
No, this just happened, and they said it's more resistant to treatment. And
Oh,
I just,
no. Where in LA?
I don't know. I just know it's in California or like this area. And you know what? I just can't wait for the day I wake up and it's just precedented times. I'm so sick of it. And like someone was talking last night online about how when COVID first happened, remember when we would go to like drive through places to get tested and, you know, like I can't remember if it was vaccines. I think it was testing that I went to Dodger Stadium, had to wait for like 2 hours for testing. Like thinking back of that was so PTSD. I can't believe we just lived through that and that was our life.
Oh,
But
wasn't that for the vaccine to Dodger Stadium?
no, because I think I got vaccinated at a school for the first time.
I did have to go to Dodger Stadium one time for a test.
Crazy to think of. I like put that out of my mind and I was just like, I remember being in that for 2 hours.
Yeah. The thing is that I don't think anyone's, I was talking about this the other day, like how, you know, just talking about like having to survive an apocalypse or all that. I just don't have it in me. Like what we went through with the pandemic of it all was kind of enough. Like we just haven't quite returned to like normal after that. Just like being secluded away from people for so long, just like everything that we had to go through, like things that we forgot about, like that was like enough.
Yeah.
Like no thanks to like anything else. Like think of just like what you would have to like go through. I don't want to have to survive that.
No, I used to think I'd be a fighter. I'd be a lay downer. I don't care. Whatever comes, zombies, whatever. I'm just like, I'm taking a nap until my phone battery dies and then I'm taking the big nap. So fucking over it. Should we tell them the good news?
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, we are doing a little winter merch drop.
A little
Merch drop.
A little holiday winter merch drop.
The gift for-
Because why not?
The gift for every person in your life.
Yeah. We just want to remind you guys that we do have merch available. If you haven't already purchased, or if you want to get a gift for a person that you love in your life, because what says I love you more than some disrespectfully merch? It's silly goose behavior.
And if they don't love disrespect, you should probably cut them out of your life.
Exactly.
Say,
and, you know, keep your eyes peeled because we might have a little something special dropping soon. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we do. And that's at disrespectfullypod.com. So where you can find the merch. I think we'll let you know on our socials when the new some little treats are coming.
Yeah.
Also, as a friendly reminder, because we love getting your stories for Heauxmetown Heroes and DD, and I still see people asking like where you send it in.
Yeah.
So it's disrespectfullypod@gmail.com.
Yes. For our Friday episode where we read your crazy Heauxmetown hero stories and try to solve all your problems. So make sure you send in your questions and stories.
Hope this helps.
Hope it helps.
Anyway, I think that's all we have for today.
That's it.
Is that it?
That's all.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Babe, you're gonna see the power of women. Like, disrespectfully.